Right, hi, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a machine modification. So I've got to bring you over to the machine and I'll show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to do the modification on this machine. This machine is currently waiting for an engine. So I've been doing various bits on this, so this is a good opportunity to fit this while I can sort of get underneath to the wires. Basically, a lot of these things I do are to try and eliminate problems. And one of the biggest problems I get is this e-stop. The number of times I say to people, do not press this unless you have to, and they press it to go and have a cup of tea, and then I get a phone call to say they can't start the crusher or they can't operate the jaw. It's because they've pressed that. Or sometimes they'll press it, pull it up, but the switch inside has given way. There's no indication that the switch is working. So I've had the idea that I'm going to fit an LED light, and I'll show you where I'm going to fit that in a second. It'll be wired into the electric here, so that when the power is broken, it should indicate by the LED that it's not working. So on the side of this machine, you can't see, it's blanked off here. When the diesel engine is on, there is an ignition light. The ignition light comes on, and when you start the machine, the ignition light goes off. That's basically tied into an oil pressure switch on the side of the engine. The petrol engine doesn't have that. So what the petrol engine has is it has an automatic shutdown. So when the oil gets too low, the engine will just cut out. On the diesel engine, this light will come on when it's low of oil, but the engine will just carry on until it basically starved of oil and then seizes. So because I'm doing away with that, I can fit the LED there, and we also need to wire it into here and run an earth. So I'm going to basically wire up the LED light I've got to a plug and run the plug into here, or should I say I'm going to wire the plug from this stop switch underneath, and then we'll test it and see if it works. We'll open this up and I'll show you what's going on in here and why it's wired up the way it is. Okay, so I've taken the top off of this. Now you'll notice inside here I've got two switches, red and green. Now basically how this switch works, green is what they call normally open, so when you push this down it closes, and the red is normally closed, and you push it down it'll break the connection. So at the moment we've got power coming in and going out again, which feeds the computer. And what you need this switch to be able to do is to do two things at the same time. It needs to cut power to the computer, but it also needs to cut power, or rather initiate the engine stop. And the reason you want both together is one of two things. First of all, if you've got an emergency with the engine, you want to be able to shut the engine down. But if you've got an emergency with the crusher, so that the crusher is basically jammed or someone's hands trapped in there, whatever, you want to be able to shut that off immediately. You can't just do one without the other. If you were to just shut the engine down and there was a problem with the crusher would continue to go forward or back until the engine had come to a stop, because it's run off the hydraulic pump. And likewise, it's no point just shutting the power down to the computer if there's a problem with the engine. So on the petrol engine, how this is going to work is when this is activated on this side here, it will short the spark plug out, which will kill the engine, and on this side it will kill the power to the logo switch. So I'm going to be wiring this LED into here, and this will tell me whether this switch has been activated. Should save me a lot of problems with phone calls. Let's get into wiring up the LED. Okay, so here we've got the LED, comes with two wires, very thin wires. So I'm going to try and crimp on some connectors. I'm going to put in this. Unfortunately, it's not big enough to, or long enough wires on there to wire direct. So I'm going to put this on a little connector and then run some wires out of the stop switch. This is the bung that's going to go in the hole where the ignition light was. I'm going to drill a 4mm hole through that to put the LED through. So we'll do that first of all. Okay, here we are back at the machine. What I need to determine is which one of these wires in here is live coming in and which is live coming out. Obviously I need to connect to the live coming out. So what I'll do is I'll test that now with this multimeter. Okay. Right, so far nothing. Ah, there we go, 12 volts. This is the 12 volt input. So I need to put my live wire into this side. That's good. Okay, major mistake incoming. Let's see if you guys can spot it. So I need to put my live wire into this side. That's good. Right, so the problem I've got is I've got to be able to get this wire up inside here, and there is a hole up through there, so I'm going to try and get this wire to go up from underneath. I only need the live wire to come in. Let's have a go, see if I can get that to come up. Yep. Okay. I think actually I've made this terminal too big for the process of getting this up and running. I'll try it. No, I'm going to have to recrimp this one on because I've done too big of a terminal. So let's get on and do that. Right, now got to get this wire to go in there and we should be good to go. So what I'll do now, I'll just connect it up manually just to check it's working before I finally fit it. Right, hopefully you'll see that will light up in a second. There we go, that's working. I press the button. Ah, no, I've wired it on the wrong side. Hang on. Yep, that's right. I put the wire in the wrong side of the switch. What an idiot. Stupid mistake. Probably spotted it earlier. This wire was in the wrong side. I needed it on the switch side, not the live side. So I've rerouted that. Let's just switch the ignition on. LED is working, and if I press this switch down, it goes off, back on, off. Okay, moment of truth. Here is where I've fitted the LED. Let's just see if it comes on, which it does. We're going to press the stop button. LED has gone out. Let's just reset the stop button. There we go. So now I've got an indicator light which will tell me whether the hirer has pressed this. So over the telephone, if they turn around and say we can't get the machine working, this is green light on. If it isn't, we know that's the culprit. Job done.